View of the San Diego Comic-Con, MATTYCOLLECTOR, DC Universe Classics, Signature Series, last time for the 2014 wave, San Diego exclusive Doomsday. That was a mouthful. So here we have the packaging of Doomsday. I believe it's that's not the Unleashed one. It is a containment suit Doomsday. So here we have the packages, as if you remember reading the comic book back in the late 80s, early 90s, when this guy came around, Doomsday, actually killed Superman. Big story, ended up in Entertainment Tonight. It was around the world, phenomenal. It was like worldwide that Superman died, and it was a big global event back in the day. So here we have the outside packaging. This is how the comic book looked when he actually died. They had this black casing cover with this Superman symbol with all the dripping blood, and that's how it was packaged. Polybag. That's when it started using polybag, and they went very crazy with covers. That's kind of like where it all began, and all the other companies started jumping on that stuff. Here we have on the back is the description and kind of like, it's actually the bio of the Doomsday packaging, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So I'm actually going to show you this on camera since it's kind of pretty much the same thing. So what I'm going to do is just going to pop this guy out, and I'm going to show you that the bio that you saw here in the back, you can pause if you want to read it. And it's pretty much the same thing right here, just that's a little bit like all over the place because you have Doomsday kind of like charging at you. And here we have the packaging, which I really love. It's really cool. You have like the side, like the artwork. That's one thing about Mattel. They really do really well in the packaging. I love their packaging. And like here you have them like kind of busting out. In the background, you have Superman there flying above Metropolis. He's about to charge and try to stop Doomsday from destroying Metropolis. So what we're going to do is just going to go open up this bad boy up. See the articulation, the detail, the sculpting, and I'm going to do a little comparison of this Superman compared to this Doomsday, and another little surprise that I have coming up. So, hand right there, let's go open this guy and see what he's all about. Alright, I'm back, and here's Doomsday, baby! Yes, right. So, as I explained before, the inside packaging works really good as a backdrop. If you want to have it, you have Superman flying up here, about to stop Doomsday, or try to stop Doomsday, as you know from the comic book series. So, let's go over the articulation, move the backdrop. And here is Doomsday. This figure is big. Like, actually, he's bigger than I thought he would be. I guess where they show you the prototypes last year at San Diego Comic-Con when they were promoting the 2014 sub. This guy was really either accurate to the proportion of the Superman they had on display, or they buffed him up. He has a lot of new tooling, more than I expected, seeing how they're saying that it will cost a little bit more to do like bones for the ultimate Unleashed Doomsday. But he has all these cables. The sculpting on the cables are really well done. Really solid plastic in here. It's all glued on really well, but it's soft pliable plastic. You can see a little bit of the shading here in its cables. Even the ones that are dangling, these are not bendy wires, but they are soft enough that you can just put them anywhere you want. Stick in here, stick them wherever you want. Just like they can be just wagging around. So, but that's really cool that they made them really like pliable. It's not like bendy wire in here, but it's really pliable. You can adjust it any which way you want. On the back here, you see the same cable technique. The only thing that I thought that this Doomsday would have would be this compartment here where he had his his right hand connected in. Unfortunately, it's just like a molded piece of plastic there. Of course, I had my little hopes a little high. I thought that his hand or his arm could like bend like this, go in here and fit inside of here. But you can kind of get that effect if you hold him like this, but it's not the same thing as him actually having to put his arm in there. That would have been a really, really cool technique if they pulled that off. I don't know if that's their intention to begin with, even if the sub went through. But either way, really, really cool Doomsday. A lot of new tooling. They say they use a Calabac buck, but I can tell you right off the bat, like, this is new. He has swivels here. Monster Start, his swivels are down. The boot cuts here. He has ankle pivots. He has knee joints. He has swivels right here. The thigh cuts here. He can pretty much do the splits there at the hips. Swivel here at the waist. He does have an ab crunch, but all this cable stuff kind of hinders it. So he can move a little bit forward, but not too much. Basic bicep swivel, wrist swivel here, elbow here, and elbow joints here, and he has shoulder joints here. This is as high as it can really go. There's nothing hindering it, but it's just that that's as high as it can go. So this is the part that really is, like, you can tell it's kilowog. Head articulation, you can go look down, you can look upwards quite a bit. Sculpting his eyes, you got the red beady little eyes here. And that's pretty much it. There's no open hands, closed fists, because most of the time he's just bashing around Justice League European, Justice League American, whatever. He was just mauling through all the superheroes until Superman showed up. But yeah, other than that, it's like really, really cool. Like, I had subbed up like I normally do for like 2 subs. From the time the sub started, I did 2. Back to back. 2, 2, even 2 running 2. It's always 2. This time around, I think I subbed up for 3 subs because of the Doomsday. I know I wouldn't want an extra Doomsday and stuff like that, but yeah, this guy is really, really cool. So what I'm going to do is just go do my, I don't really have a before and after, but I do have a little something different. But first, I'm going to show you the comparison between the Doomsday, the Containment Suit Doomsday, and the regular DC Universe Superman, and compare the size of, just to show you how big this figure is compared to the regular size DC Universe Classics figure. So alright, so let's get that on. Alright, so here we are with the New 52 Superman and the classic Superman next to Doomsday. As you can see, this guy's about 9 inches high, pretty much 10 inches high compared. So he's quite a big figure, and for the price point they had him at, you're really getting your money's worth. I just gotta say kudos to Mattel. Like, even if they released the Unleashed Doomsday at say $10 more, because this guy was at I believe $35, $45, $50. I would pay that for the Unleashed Doomsday. At this height, with the articulation that he already has, and just the way the sculpting was, like what I saw, even though the sub didn't go through, even if they did this at the San Diego Comic Con, they said there's not going to be any more four Horsemen sculpting for 2015. Which I keep pressing that part about the 4 Horsemen sculpting figures, which it's like almost reading between the lines. It's like there's the 6-inch figures can be done as it did, kind of like there's been some in-house figures that have been done throughout the DC Universe Classics, which means that, you know, to me it's like you can, even if it's in-house, as long as they keep this kind of like same buck and stuff going, it can work. But anyways, let me stick to the topic. Sorry about that. But just showing you like the height comparison for this guy is really, really like really crazy. Like, I'd even do a side video, like, look at that. Like, yeah, of course Superman would be killed by this guy. Yeah, I would too. Like seriously. Like, this is like the biggest, well, it's probably not the biggest threat Superman had to fight, but one of the most unstoppable ones he had to fight. And it'll be interesting to see if DC Collectibles or Mattel comes out with a kind of like a Bone Unleashed Doomsday first, because DC Direct did do one before, which I no longer have, unfortunately. But with the new 52, and he's been in there in the comic books, it's almost like a race to the end there, to who's gonna get to it first. Because I guarantee you, whoever comes up with the Unleashed Doomsday first, it's gonna win the race. Honestly, there's a lot of fans, DC fans, that want an updated Unleashed Doomsday at a height like this. Maybe a little bit smaller, but a height like this would be great. I know DC Collectibles did like a dark side, but he's a really oversized dark side. He's almost the size of a Marvel Legends Sentinel, or even taller. That's a little too big, but something like this would really, hands down, my money's on whoever does this figure first. Which brings me to my next little surprise, which I'm going to show you right now. Surprise! Here's what I was talking about. Last year I got myself a custom of Doomsday Unleashed from a very well sculptor, very good sculptor. I got a lot of my customs from him. I plan to get a lot more. Here we have the Unleashed Doomsday. Little did I know that this custom Doomsday will match the Matty San Diego Comic-Con Doomsday. Same height, literally, same design, same width, literally to a T. Who knew? By a very well sculptor, Raja Banja. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name right, but I will put it at the bottom of my video. He's very good. He did the sculpting that I asked for. I asked for Doomsday from when he killed Superman, and this is what he gave me. And it's like, wow, it's matching to the boots, right there to the shorts, even to the belt. It's like on par. And pretty much for you guys who read the comics, you didn't, when the bound Doomsday went through the city, smashing it, going through all the Justice League or any heroes that stood in his way, got to Metropolis, and even fought a little bit of Superman along the way before Superman came and had his final battle in Metropolis with Doomsday. When all this cable and everything was sheared off, this is what he looked like underneath, and this is how he was when he killed Superman. And yeah, it's just like I'm just like flabbergasted at how like it's really to par. And yeah, basically this is my truly like before and after, even though he came first, but like I had this guy before I got this guy, and it's like, wow. And I'm going to show you the Supermans here. Sorry for stretching over the camera. Here you have a new 52 Superman, classic Superman. Here in front of Doomsday, I'll swap them around. You see the difference like I showed you earlier. You know, the height and stuff like that. And yeah, Superman. You do fall in the storyline. Just wait your turn. Unfortunately, the Bounce Doomsday sold out. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's good news that he did sell out. Apparently, he sold a lot better than they thought they would, I think. And hopefully, like the guys in the suits there in the office take note of that. That basically, we just really want figures that are really, you put the effort into it. If you look at the first couple of waves of DC Universe figures, the effort's there, and it's put into the figure and everything like that. And we'll pay money for it. I only review of the Bound Doomsday. So he, like I said earlier, he did sell out on Matty.com. So you will have to check the online retailers to see if they got any still available for you to get. If you're a DC collector, this figure is really worth it. For me, it's worth it even more so because I have my custom Doomsday right here beside it, so now I can display like the Doomsday Containment suit and the Unleashed Doomsday side by side or whatever I want to do now. I can just like maybe do a diorama. Anyways, it's Scorpion72 with another review, and I just gotta say this figure is amazing. Great job, Mattel. And until next time, little TCLs.